Come and listen to my story about a man named Jed. A poor mountaineer barely kept his family fed. And then one day he was shooting at some food, and up through the ground come a bubbling crude oil, that is, black gold, Texas tea. Well, the first thing you know, old Jed's a millionaire. The kinfolk said, Jed, move away from there. Said, California is the place you ought to be. So they loaded up the truck and they moved to Beverly Hills, that is, swimming pools, movie stars.
The Beverly Hillbillies.
Girl chasing, work shirking, chore skipping, sneak off. Jethro! I'll give him a paddling that he can write home about.
Now hold it, Granny. I ain't Jethro.
I know it. He done ate a 10-pound breakfast and snuck off.
Well, now sit down while I tell you the news.
Probably took off for town for more girl watching.
Granny, Jethro has done hired himself out.
You mean he gets paid for watching girls?
He's working. Got himself a job cleaning out Mr. Drysdale's garage.
Praise be. How did you manage that?
Jethro did it himself, but I wouldn't raise his allowance.
Raise it? Why, back home I could feed 5 young'uns and a good-sized mule on what you give him.
I know, but the boy just said he had to have more than $1 a week.
Maybe he's took up with gamblers.
No, I think it's girl hunting expenses more than anything.
What you mean?
Well, stuff you have to buy, like shave and smell them, shoe polish, hair stick 'em, stuff like that. Pretty big investment when you're just starting out.
What does Mr. Drysdale pay him?
$15.
$15?
And Jethro says there's a lot more work right here in the neighborhood.
Well, if he can clean out garages as quick as he can ice boxes, he stands to make a fortune.
Well, I just hope it keeps his mind off of not having a girlfriend. Here lately, he's been as sad as a big beaked bird in a hailstorm.
Hi, Jethro. Hey, where'd you get the magazines?
Mr. Drysdale's garage.
Swinger? I never heard of that.
That's because it's a magazine, International Playboys. And you ain't no international playboy.
Well, then how come you're reading them? You ain't an international nothing.
Well, there is an article in here on how to give girls a brush off, and that's the first one I'm gonna read.
Well, Jethro, I see...
Hey, Uncle Jed, come on inside. Man-to-man stuff.
You get that whole truckload from next door?
I already took 2 loads to the dump. Then I found the key to fame, fortune, and females.
At the dump?
No, in the Drysdale's garage. This whole stack was sitting there, just waiting to get hauled away.
Swinger. A magazine for international playboy. Mr. Drysdale read this?
Well, him or Mrs. Drysdale, one.
I don't hardly think...
Listen to this, Uncle Jed. How to be an international playboy, page 22. Cozy cooking for cuddly couples, page 30. Furnishing the bachelor pad, page 45. Uncle Jed, this is just what I've been looking for. I can hardly wait to start studying. Oh, that there is the kitty cat of the month. There's one in every issue.
You better get these all out of sight before Granny sees it.
Well, ain't Granny never seen a girl in a bathing suit before?
She ain't never seen so much girl in so little suit. Now, get 'em out of here.
All right. I'll take 'em up in my room.
Jethro, when I say out of sight, I mean way out of sight.
Oh, gee. The one time I was looking forward to doing my homework.
Morning, Miss Hathaway. How are you today?
Well, good morning, Chief. I'm suffering from sunstroke, malaria, and a broken arm. I have the hauling service estimate for cleaning out your garage, Chief. They'll do it for $75.
I see. And what is your recommendation?
But hire them.
A perfect example of secretarial thinking as opposed to executive thinking. I hired Jethro to do it for $15.
Chief, you'll spend that much on gasoline just hauling stuff to the dump. Why, there must be a ton of junk out there.
My dear Miss Hathaway, that garage is full of valuable items. And as part of the deal, I told Jethro he could keep anything he wanted.
How generous.
Now, there's no telling what he might find. Why, in the old clothes box, there's a dressing gown I've never worn. Sonny gave it to me one Christmas. He must have hated me that year. Then there's an old record player, boxes of records, tires, lawn furniture, an old radio. Why, there must be a ton of junk out there. Valuable items.
We having company for lunch?
Well, that ain't for us, Jed. That's for Jethro.
Jethro?
Well, if he's gonna be cleaning out 2 or 3 garages every day, he's gotta eat good.
Jethro's a-coming, and why don't you see him?
Oh, the poor darling. He must be worn to a frazzle. All hot and tired and dusty.
Greetings, dear friends.
What in tarnation air you got up for?
Reckon you ain't never seen International Playboy before. Most country folks ain't.
Where'd you get that outfit?
Mr. Drysdale said I could keep anything I found in his garage. This and this scarf is part of his old military uniform.
What?
Yeah, I found it in a box marked Salvation Army. Granny, is this all you got to eat?
What's wrong with it?
Well, nothing, but according to Swinger magazine, us International Playboys has got to have what you call cuisine instead of just victuals.
What's Swinger magazine?
That's the handbook of International Playboys. It says that 65% of us eat stuff like tornadoes, filet mignon, and lobster and stuff.
Oh, if I'd only known.
Hey, and you got to learn how to cook a little critter called a martini.
What's a martini?
Well, I don't know, but 36% of International Playboys has 2 or more for lunch. Think this dandy-looking, Uncle Jed? Of course, if you want to give me something, I could use some smoking jackets.
What you're gonna get is some smoking breeches.
Now, take it easy, Granny.
I think something fell on his head cleaning that garage. It even looks flattened down.
She don't bother me, Uncle Jed. I have found my what-you-call destiny. Do you know that 85% of International Playboys drive sporty cars? 78% have their own hi-fi stereos? And 98% have more than 3 girlfriends.
Playboy, it sounds kind of expensive.
Well, I ain't planning on getting everything right off. I'm gonna start with just 2 girlfriends.
Get my paddle, Jed.
Hold it, Granny. Even so, boy, if you was to quit cleaning garages for hire.
Oh, I can save a little on my bachelor pad.
Your what?
My bachelor pad. 99% all International Playboys has their own. But I can make this one do for a while. Oh, that reminds me. From now on, everybody's got to stay out of the parlor.
What did you say?
That's where I'm going to be entertaining my women. Playing on my hi-fi stereo, cooking them martinis in the fireplace.
He's asking for it, Jed.
You think you can afford all this?
I got $15 in my last week's allowance. I am ready.
And here it comes.
What's going on, boy? Where's Granny?
She's probably chasing me clean into town by now, but I double back on her. Jed, how do you like my super stereo hi-fi?
Super what?
Oh, us IPs just call it stereo. That is, the 78% of us that's got them. You see, the idea is to get romantic music coming at your girl from 2 different directions. I was all set to give it a listen test. Hey, you be the girl.
Well, I don't hardly.
Oh, here. Just pretend that you're my date. All full of roasted martinis, warm and cuddly from the fire. I just start these 2 records to going.
You gonna play 2 records?
Uncle Jed, that's stereo. 1 for each ear. You see, when that romantic music comes sliding in at you from both sides and meets in the middle, That girl is a goner.
Well, I don't think Granny...
Uncle Jed, hold on. I'm gonna turn it off. Here comes instant romance. I must have had a wow in my woofer.
Boy, I think I'd forget it. Even if you do get this contraption to working, Granny ain't gonna leave you alone in here.
Oh, she don't bother me, Uncle Jed. Once I get my data inside, I'll just shut them doors over yonder.
He must have doubled back on me, the ornery.
We'll be as snug as two bugs and...
Boy, I kind of think you'd best give up the notion of using the parlor.
Well, how about the kitchen?
I don't believe you'd be safe there neither.
Well, where am I going to have my pad?
Well, if you're still around when Granny gets on her feet, a good place would be the seat of your pants.
Where's my pack? Come back here, you playboy.
I'm gonna learn you manners so you can sit at the table like the rest of the family. This here's what you call a plate. Oh, no. You've been watching Jethro again.
Hey, Ellie, where's Granny?
Well, she's upstairs laying down. Got a powerful headache.
Come on, help me move my stuff into my new bachelor pad.
Well, whereabouts is it?
Parked out front.
Parked.
Yeah, come on, I'll show you.
Stay here, Maybelle.
Yonder she is.
This is a bachelor pad?
The best kind. With this rascal, I can go where the action is.
What you mean?
Well, I can park out in front of the kitty cat club and get them pretty girls as they come out the door. And if things get slow there, I just drive on down to the beach and get me another load as they come out of the water.
That thing's a mess. Well, you couldn't get a goat to go in there.
Well, I ain't got it fixed up yet. Wait till I move my stuff in.
What stuff?
My bachelor pad stuff. Etchings on the wall, super stereo hi-fi, soft lights for dancing, table and chairs for candlelight supper, big old sofa, fireplace. Boy, it is gonna be something. Come on, give me a hand. Okay, Allie, I got the stove connected.
You want me to start the fire?
No, I'll do that later. Doggone, it just ain't got the class of a fireplace.
Can I come out now?
No, let's check things off first. Victuals? I mean cuisine.
Well, there's a box in here with some ice in it and some goat's milk and turnip juice. Is that what you call cuisine?
Well, that's all I could get without Granny catching me. How do you like it, Uncle Jed?
What is it?
It's what you call a portable Playboy parlor.
Where'd you get it?
The city dump.
What's all them bricks for?
Oh, I was going to build a fireplace in it, but couldn't wait for the mortar to set.
Look, there's somebody in there.
Come on out, Ellie.
I'm coming.
Dumb old girl cousin. Why didn't you use a regular door?
Oh, I couldn't get to it.
What do you mean you couldn't get to it? Oh. Thank you.
Kind of full, ain't it?
Yeah, with a couple of girls in there, it's gonna be real snug.
Ellie! Granny's up.
Hey, I'm headed for the kitty cat club. Bye. Hey, give me a little shot to get me started!
Jed, there's some furniture missing from... What's that rig?
That's what Jethro calls his portable Playboy parlor.
Jed, mark my words. That boy is going to get himself into trouble.
Granny, he can't even get himself into the rig.
Jethro, I've only got a 10-minute break. Where are we going?
Come here, I want to show you something.
What is it?
Paradise on wheels. You got to see it to believe it. Here it is.
Well, I see it, but I don't believe it.
Oh, the paradise part is inside.
Well, what's all this supposed to be?
Oh, overflow. It was mighty crowded in there.
What are you putting on?
What 78% all international Playboys wears at a time like this. Come on in.
This has got to be a gag. Holy smoke!
Ain't this a gas? Quick as I can get to it, I'm gonna turn on the hi-fi and we'll dance.
Don't bother. I'm getting out of here.
Oh, no, not without you giving me a kiss.
Forget it.
Oh, come on.
Let go.
Not till you put one right here.
Okie doke.
Just for that, you ain't getting invited back.
Jethro, my boy.
I'm not your boy, and here are your old magazines back.
My magazines?
Swinger. You said I could have everything that was in your garage, and they was there.
Oh, yes, but I didn't.
I read them from cover to cover, did just like they said, and they got me into nothing but trouble.
What kind of trouble?
Every kind. I got whomped by Granny, yelled at by Uncle Jed, spent all of my money fixing up a portable pad, and the first kitty cat I showed it to uppercutted me right through the roof.
What?
Now I ain't got no pad, ain't got no truck neither, because I can't pay for the parking over to the kitty cat club. Wait till Uncle Jed hears about this.
Now, wait. We don't want to bother our Uncle Jed. Here, this will take care of your parking. Then come back here, and we'll talk further.
Jethro!
Howdy, Miss Jane. I was counting on getting me a couple of kitty cats, and all I got was a sore chin, a lump on my head, and a busted roof. And all my furniture messed up, too. Wait till Granny sees that.
Now, Jethro, don't go home. Come back here to the bank.
Well, all right. But if I was you, I'd burn them Swinger magazines.
Swinger magazines?
Yeah, he stumbled onto a stack of back issues somewhere.
In your garage, perhaps?
Now, never mind. Now, we've got to get that corn-fed Casanova back in a good mood. I know. Hire a couple of kitty cats to make a fuss over him.
Me?
What? How would it look for a bank president to walk into the kitty cat club in the middle of the day?
Ask the doorman. You go there for lunch twice a week.
2 kitty cats.
Eating like Jethro again? You're gonna have to learn manners to eat at the table.
Now, Ellie, I don't believe I'd get that critter's hopes up too high. It's all Granny can do to buy Jethro at the table.
Did I hear somebody say Jethro was at the table?
Well, no, ma'am, Granny. Just Maybelle.
I'm commencing to get worried about the boy, Jed. Why don't he come home?
There is nothing to worry about. Jethro is just out looking for a little female companionship.
Ellie and me's females.
You's kinfolk.
Well, Maybelle ain't kinfolk.
Yeah, well,
Where can he be, Jed? Maybe we ought to go look for him.
he's all right. Every boy Jethro's age has got to kick up his heels a mite. I done it myself.
Not in a big, wicked city.
City or country, boys is boys and girls is girls. And Jethro is just catching on to what a fine arrangement that is.
Howdy, ma'am. I'm an international playboy. Yonder's my pad. Would you care to step in for a belt of cold goat's milk? Doggone it. What's wrong? Maybe I ought to give my paradise on wheels a coat of paint.
Well, hi there, international playboy.
Well, howdy, kitty cat. Would you care to step into my pad and lap up a saucer of goat's milk?
I'd love it.
Hot dog, I got me a kitty cat.
2 kitty cats.
Oh, boy, Miss Jane.
Ow.
Here, Miss Jane, sit down and read a book whilst I show her my pad.
No, thank you. 2 kitty cats you wanted? 2 kitty cats? You've got.
Well, all right, but It's gonna be kind of a tight fit. Miss Jane, I can't get to the icebox for the goat's milk.
Who cares?
Well, you can look at my etchings or listen to music.
Do you have music?
Super stereo hi-fi. I got it plugged into the bank.
Marvelous. Let's hear it.
Okay, just let me reach the switch. Boy, it bores right into your brain, don't it?
Quickly, let's get back to the club.
What was that noise?
Hi-fi. This just ain't my day. I'm gonna unplug myself and go home.
Oh, no, not home. Not in this mood.
But I ain't having no luck at all. You reckon there'll be any girls at the beach?
Oh, scads of them. Bathing beauties. Oh, that's the spot. The beach.
Okay, I'll give it a try.
Back to work, everybody. There's a bank, not a sideshow.
Mr. Drysdale, isn't he the boy whose uncle has $50 million?
Yeah. What's it to you? Do you work here?
I used to.
Boy, what a miserable place this is. Cold and wet. Stove won't draw. No electricity, no company, no nothing. Well, you ain't exactly the kind of kitty cat I was hoping for, but you're welcome to come inside and have some goat's milk quick as all that smoke clears out. Howdy, ma'am.
Hello.
Hey, wait a minute, hold on.
Yes.
Hold this cat. I got some notes on what to say. Oh, I use them to light the fire. Cold, ain't it?
Yes, it is.
It sure is. Why don't you put on your jacket?
Oh, what a good idea.
Thank you.
I bet it's warm in there.
But awful smoky.
It seems to be clear now.
Hey, it is, ain't it?
Well, would you like to go inside and get warm?
Yeah. Oh, will you promise to wait for me?
I have an even better idea. We can both go in.
Oh, yeah. I should have thought of that, but I'm kind of lost without my notes. Step into paradise.
Before I do, your uncle does have $50 million.
Yeah, I know. Cozy, ain't it?
Yes, it is.
I'd play some music for you, but ain't got no electricity for my hi-fi.
We can make our own music.
Okay. If I can find some tissue paper for my comb, what do you play?
Get it.
Oh, would you care for some goat's milk?
Have you got anything stronger?
Yeah, I got some home-squeezed turnip juice.
Well, I'll have mine on the rocks.
Well, it's awful cold out there. Wouldn't you rather have it in here?
You talked me into it.
Okay. Whilst I'm working my way into the icebox, I'll cipher for you. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4.
You're kidding.
Didn't you know that? Oh, you are in for a treat. Sit down. Now, that brings us up to the 10s. I'll need a set of toes to cipher them. How about yours? You got your shoes off.
Listen, what's that noise?
Oh, that's just water. Now, let's see. Where was I? Oh, yeah. 10 times 1 is 10.
The tide's in. We're floating.
Hot dog! I got me a yacht. This is what you call class.
This is what you call nuts, and I'm what you call leaving.
Hey, shut the door, will ya? He's going on over to Catalina.
Well, now it's time to say goodbye to Jed and all his kin. They would like to thank you folks for kindly dropping in. You're all invited back next week to this locality to have a heaping helping of their hospitality. Hillbilly, that is. Set a spell. Take your shoes off. Y'all come back now. Here?
This has been a Filmways presentation.